Welcome to Wind Down and Focus. We are Annette and Christina, photographers with over 15 years of experience in portraits, branding, and senior sessions. We're here to share everything we've learned along the way.
We focus on creating genuine, memorable moments through the lens and can't wait to bring you tips, stories, and behind the scenes from our photography journeys.
Each episode will chat about photography tips, stories, and fun, all while sipping wine.
So grab a glass, sit back, and join us for some casual conversation, laughs, and photography goodness. Let's wind down and focus. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 24, our interview with Caroline White.
Yes, we're excited to have her. So today's guest actually found us through our website. We're excited because this is a topic we've never covered before.
Yes.
Underwater photography.
I'm excited to hear about it. I've never done it.
She has some cool photos on her work, so I'm curious, what she uses, her gear, all that good stuff. So we're going to find it out.
Yep, we're excited. So let's talk about some wine first.
Right. Yes.
It is super, super hot right now outside. So hot. So we're doing a white. We're not big white drinkers, but we're not opposed to white. So I was like, why don't we get a white today? What we're drinking today, it's Italian. I'm going to chop up all of these words, but it is the Cannavino Pinot Grigio Valdigie. Okay.
DJ.
But in my notes, that word's printed like 6 more times. And I'm going to be like, Valdigie. And then it's Valdigie DOC, which I'll go into what DOC means. So it's a 100% Pinot Grigio grape. It is from the Valdigie region of Italy, which is nestled in the foothills of the Alps. That's in the northern region of Italy, if you don't know your geography that well like me. I picked the wine out at Total Wine, and it is $16.99. Reasonably priced, nothing crazy. Yep, and it's pretty darn good. This Pinot Grigio is a classic northern Italian Pinot Grigio from the, here we go, Valdigie region, nestled in the foothills of the Alps, as I said before. The cool climate helps the grapes retain bright acidity and fresh fruit flavors. So it's going to be light-bodied, crisp and refreshing, and the alcohol levels around 12 to 12.5%. The tasting notes that we're supposed to be getting, and then we can kind of tell you what we thought. It says green apple, pear, lemon zest, white peach, citrus blossom, and a hint of minerality and almond on the finish. What were your thoughts with your first drink of it?
So our first drink, we didn't have any food yet. And I feel like I could tell the green apple, but definitely the citrus. And it was a little sharp at the end or whatever.
It had that sharp, that bite at the end.
Bite there. That's what I'm
Which I think is that minerality that they were saying. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree. I definitely got the citrus feeling, which I always do with white wines like this. I feel like I got maybe some green apple.
If there was, it was just, there was some flavor, and that's the only thing.
I definitely got fruit. I'm just not good at, but maybe I could say that is fruit.
It wasn't pear.
What fruit it was.
Yeah. It wasn't, to me, it wasn't the pear or the peach. I feel like it was the green apple.
Yeah, I agree. The food that we made, I was kind of excited for a white wine because I was like, oh, we can try food that goes with white wine versus we're typically always trying food that goes with red wine. And, a lot of times it can just be redundant. The first appetizer that we made was a whipped feta dip. And it was really good.
Yeah, that was yummy. Yeah,
it was really good. So it was whipped feta. And then I put some honey, some dill from my garden outside, and some pistachios on it. And then we ate it with cucumber and some pita
chips. Yeah.
And it was very, very good. I definitely feel that it cut back on the acidity of the wine.
Yes, it did. I don't know if it brought out any more flavors, but for me, it smoothed it out.
It definitely helped smooth it out for sure. Yes. And it was delicious. We got more waiting upstairs for us when we're done recording. Then the other item we had was a watermelon, feta, and mint, like salad in a way. So it's just watermelon, feta, mint, also from my garden. And then we drizzled balsamic on the top.
Yeah. Never had it before. It was really good.
I was like, you've never had a watermelon salad? It's so easy. It's so good. Yeah. It's a very easy summertime thing. You're going to start making them over.
I probably will because I love watermelon.
And then you need to get Olivino balsamic from Olivino. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, sorry, going off on a tangent. That was really good. That really brightened up the wine. Right?
Yeah. I felt that was the best with it. Yeah. It was so smooth after eating the watermelon.
And I think it was the mint. I feel like the mint really helped bring out more of a brightness of
Yeah.
the wine. So it was very, very good. So that's the food that we had with it, and it was very delicious.
Yeah. If you like white Pinot
Yep.
Grigios, which I feel like a lot of people
Yeah,
do
I
during
think
summer.
so. I think so. I feel like in the white wine arena, most people don't like Chardonnays. I know I don't. You said
Yeah.
you didn't. But if I'm at a restaurant and I'm like, it's too hot, or I don't feel like a heavy red, and they don't have
Yeah.
bubbles.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say usually it's the bubbles, and then if
Usually
not,
a
they're like,
Pinot Grigio, like
Mhm.
that'll work. That'll work.
or a wine slushy.
Yes, right. But the DOC, the other thing I want to talk about with this wine, the DOC, what that stands for. It stands for a bunch of Italian words that I'm not
She
even going
can't
to
pronounce.
try. But it translates to controlled destination of origin. Basically, it's like Italy's quality assurance system. It means that the wine has to follow strict rules: where the grapes are grown, which grape varieties can be used, how the wine is made, minimum quality standards before it can be sold. So for this particular bottle, to put on that perspective, the grapes come from the Val d'Adige region in northern Italy. It meets the Italian government standards for the wines from that region, and it's intended to reflect the traditional style of Pinot Grigio from that area. That kind of was what DOC means. So it's probably, I'm sure if you start looking at other Italian wines, you're going to see it more and more.
Right.
It's probably something I never really noticed before, but I was like, oh, there it is.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So
Awesome.
yeah, so there you have it, everybody.
All right.
That is our wine, and
Now we're on to our
let's
guest.
go on and meet Caroline.
Yeah. Please
right.
welcome Caroline. Caroline, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and what type of photography you do, and how long you've been doing the underwater photography?
Yeah, I've been a professional photographer in Los Angeles for 21 years this past
Nice.
June, which is crazy. And I work all over Southern California in Orange County, and I'm kind of been shifting to San Diego because I got engaged. So I'm like keeping.
Congratulations!
Thanks. I'm like keeping my business in Los Angeles, but I'm also like really expanding majorly into San Diego, like in a really
Nice. Okay.
big way. But I started off as an actor's headshot photographer because I used to
read
be
that.
an actor.
Yeah.
Okay.
So where did you move from? Let me ask
I'm
you that.
originally from Chicago, and then
Okay.
I went to New York, and then I came to LA when I was like,
Okay.
I think
All right.
I was like.
So when we were talking about the
24.
weather earlier in Missouri, you're very aware of the weather if you grew up in Chicago.
Oh yeah, it's
Chicago's
like
usually
horrible.
colder.
It's awful.
They still
It's
get bad.
awful in the winter. It's awful in the summer.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the spring and fall are rainy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So sorry.
I don't
you
know
can
how
go
you
on.
guys do it.
I just want to know where you're from before you did all that.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
No, I had an underwater shoot in Chicago on Friday, and I was like,
Fun.
the weather was not great.
Was it
But-
rainy?
It was rainy. Yeah, it was rainy. So yeah, I started off as an actor's headshot photographer in like 2005. And then it wasn't until 7 years of doing that as a side gig that I decided to go full time. And I kind of fell into personal branding photography in like New York and LA and Newport Beach and Laguna and places like that. And then I got into underwater photography. I'd been kind of dabbling in underwater photography with like little dinky cameras. And then I finally bit the bullet and got like the big Aquatech, like $2,000 or $3,000 whole contraption that I put and I put my regular camera, like my same camera that I use for headshots and personal branding and corporate is the same camera I use for underwater shoots. So it's always a little nerve-wracking putting it in the housing because I'm like,
make sure it's working, secure.
People think it's a different camera, but it's just the housing. So
it's like housing,
it has all these clamps and pieces and screws and O-rings and rubber, and it has.
And you don't want to forget a single one.
Oh gosh, no.
Yeah, and then you have to line up. The back like plate of it is like clear, and that lines up with the buttons inside. So you have to like line it up like so perfectly. It's weird because my housing is meant for like hardcore surfer dudes, but like sometimes just floating around in the pool, it seems to get like a little jiggered. Yeah. So
do you prefer to only be in pools, or do you?
I've shot in the ocean. I shot spearfishers in the ocean in California, and I've shot in the ocean in Maine, and I've shot in Greece in the ocean or in the Mediterranean. But when it comes to like client shoots and like the fabrics and maternity shoots, like definitely definitely pools like are
Right,
much
yeah,
safer, are much more comfortable.
Yeah.
And because I didn't start out as like a natural water person, I was a photographer who picked up underwater photography, and most underwater photographers are just water people who are like, you know what, I'm just going to pick up a camera. And they're like naturals at the water. I was not. Like, I had to take free diving lessons. I had to take more swimming lessons. I have several near drownings in my early life
Oh
experiences.
gosh.
I'm
Wow.
really good at working with people who are like nervous around the water. Like, I had a client who couldn't swim or dog paddle or float at all, and we still got amazing pictures of him. It was actually a couple, and it was their anniversary. And so, you know, so the pool has the shallow end and the pool has the edge for people to hang on to who aren't like so adept in the water. It's just much safer in a pool than in the ocean.
Right.
Like,
Do you have your own pool, or do you like go to like a public pool, or?
I don't have my own pool. I rent pools in LA, and I rent pools in like Sherman Oaks and Glendale and Santa Monica, and they're like pools that I've like really like I've made sure that this pool like really works really well with like water clarity. The owner knows me, like I've shot there. And then for most of my clients in San Diego, most of my clients in La Jolla have their own pools. And then most of my clients in Orange County, in like Newport and Laguna, have their own pools. But I can rent pools kind of anywhere,
If you need
just
to.
about.
Mhm.
But it kind of depends. Like certain areas tend to have like people that want to shoot in their own pool. But in LA, it's like mostly pools that I rent. Yeah.
You would. Interesting. Very
Well, that's
interesting.
cool.
Yeah.
Did you answer? I'm sorry if you already did. How long have you been doing the underwater part of your photography?
So I officially bought the underwater housing in, I think it was like end of 2020. So what is that? That's like 6 years,
yeah.
6 years.
Almost 6, yeah.
Yeah. But I was doing underwater photography before that with like, I had like a point and shoot Olympus Tough camera.
Oh, like just like a waterproof camera in
Yeah.
general?
Yeah.
I've
And I
taken
had
those
like,
out to all-inclusive vacations before.
I have to say, like, the Tough camera is great because like you can literally leave that camera like laying in the sand and it's fine. It is tough. So you can toss it, you can throw it to your friend and it can land on the rocks, and it's like, it's really indestructible. It doesn't take like the best photos and it's not super reliable for great photos, but it is indestructible, and a used one is like $200. So
and might be a good for somebody who wants to try it.
Mhm.
Just get started, you know?
Yeah. Like see how, but it does handle like very differently. Like you only need one hand on it in the water.
You said 2005, you
Okay.
were an actress. Is that what kind of like started it?
Well, I was an actress. That is what got me to LA. And I sort of like, I had fallen in love with the movies as a kid. As I was an actress getting my headshots taken, I kept noticing that a lot of the headshot photographers were also actors. So I was like, okay, maybe I could like be a
Side
headshot
gig, yeah.
photographer and an actor. But then in the back of my head, so my great aunt was Margaret Burke White, and she did the first cover of Life magazine in 1936. She did the Great Depression. She did Gandhi. She did the
That's
presidents.
awesome.
She died in 1971. I'm born in 81. So that was always like in the back of my mind and like very ever present, like that someone like that was like in like has the same last name as me and has the same DNA. She was a huge influence on me, even though she died 10 years before I was born.
Mhm.
So when I started doing headshots, I was so insecure about like how new I was at it. So when people would say like, how long have you been doing this? I didn't want to say like, oh,
Right.
3 months.
Yeah.
So I would change the conversation a la
Yeah. Oh,
Don
that's a good one.
Draper. And I would say, do you believe in reincarnation? And then I would talk about Margaret Burke White, and people would sort of forget to re-follow up.
That you didn't answer.
Yeah. That I've been doing it for like less than 6 months. But
Okay, so 2005, that was the cusp of, is it digital or film? So were you film or digital?
So I remember getting my headshots taken on film, and that changeover happened when I wasn't a photographer. So when I was like waiting to buy my first camera, basically like I moved to LA in January, I think of 2005, and I somehow managed to book a couple of national commercials that spring, like, which is sort of unheard of, like without being in the union, without an agent. I was crashing auditions. And a lot of those acting skills really translate for a photographer. I finally got acting like out of my system. I was done with it. I was like about 30. And I was like, you know what? I'd fallen into this like group of like women entrepreneurs and coaches like around the US and around the world. I ended up photographing Marie Forleo, and like it was kind of luck of the timing with all of those, you know, entrepreneur women. So I kind of fell into personal branding around the same time that I was like, you know what? I'm done with acting. Let me do an experiment where I just do photography only for a year and then see where I'm at, see if it's viable after just like committing solely. Cause I'd had like 50-50 acting and photography. So it was like my attention was very split. And at the end of that year, I made my first 6 figures.
Oh, good job.
Good.
Yeah. Like it's a thing now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a career.
Because Marie Forleo's assistant at the time was like, you know, you really should be a personal branding photographer. And I was like, oh, but I've already photographed like 10 women entrepreneurs, like and coaches, like there aren't any more. And there was like a million. Even though I poo-pooed her suggestion, I still ended up like doing what she suggested. It
To
just
do.
like she could see, she had some like psychic ability that like things were going in that direction. So yeah, I didn't do weddings, and I just did personal branding, headshots, and corporate for like 14 years full time in a row, which is wild that you can make a good living without doing weddings.
I was gonna say, so you never went down the wedding rabbit hole.
I started to. I shot like 3 weddings. Like
you're like, this is not for me.
Yeah.
Even though you still do them.
I am the same exact age as you. I've been photographing for 16 years. All of these kids, they all could be my kid now.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm getting old. I'm getting old. I can't squat as much as low down as I could before.
I'm just not a wedding person. I'm getting married, but I'm not having a traditional wedding. Like it's just, it was never on my list of fantasy things to do. Yeah. I'm an artist. So
See?
Yeah. But I have friends who are like incredible one of my friends who's like an amazing wedding photographer who's like built for it. She used to be a 911 dispatcher. So
oh my gosh.
Nothing phases her. But I'm like a sensitive soul. I like want everything to be like nice and so
perfect.
That's good.
That's great.
Well, how about let's transition into talking about gear. You kind of touched on it, so we're going to have you just kind of go a little bit more in depth. So tell us what camera you shoot with. We know it's a Canon.
Yes. Canon 5D Mark IV, I think. I don't know. How many? I've lost track.
Yeah, it was the 4 and then it went to the mirrorless.
There is no Mark 5.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No. It went to mirrorless after that because we did the 4.
I was so sad. I wanted a Mark 5. I was like, what are they going to do? They stopped.
I gotta go mirrorless.
Have you been Canon the entire time? Outside the little Olympus blip with the underwater.
Yeah, my first. So when I booked when my first commercial started running as an actor, I was like, okay, I have money coming in. I'm going to buy a camera, and I got a Canon Rebel.
I was going to say the Rebel. I think we all started with that.
That's the go-to.
I started my business on that, and then I went through the Mark 1, the Mark 2, the Mark 3, the Mark 4, and that's kind of it. And I've messed around with like a bunch of Fuji films, and I've messed around with like I think the 5D, and I borrowed a Leica for a few months, which I loved. Oh my God, that's on my that's on my wish list. That's why I'm not having a wedding, because I'm saving up for a Leica camera.
Like, honey, I love you. You really love this camera.
Wedding present.
I mean, very few men are like, no, I really want a big wedding. Like, guys, they don't. They're just whatever you want, whatever you want,
right.
baby, whatever you want.
I want a camera body.
Right.
Oh my God, the Leica was just—it's like driving a Lamborghini. It's just like, I didn't know it could be that good.
That good. I know. I've seen them. I've never been able to shoot with one.
Maybe we should rent one and like try it.
We should rent one and do a session together.
Dude, they're so beautiful. And if you can get the Leica lens with it, like, oh my God, it's just like, it's
chef's
just,
kiss.
I can't. I was like, I'm not a gearhead. So I was always, people were like, what camera to use? I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, why are you asking me? It doesn't matter. But then I picked up the Leica and I was like, but a used Leica with a used lens is like, that's like $8,000 used.
Yeah.
Used.
Yeah.
That's if you're really savvy, like with like scouring the used market.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Shoot.
Yeah. Like throw a party for photographers where you like rent like a couple.
Rent
Oh
of,
my
like,
God, that's a
really-
great idea.
Yeah, like a
Yes.
Hasselblad or I don't know,
Yes.
something.
Right?
That would be a good idea.
That would be really cool. And we all just take each other's pictures. We just do our
Yeah.
own head portraits.
Yeah, we can all have like fabulous dresses. We can go to
Yes.
some amazing location. I think
my
it'd be really
gosh.
fun
Great.
to do that in like Moab or something like that.
Yes.
You know, in the
Oh.
Red Rocks with like dresses and shit.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
so
I love
pretty.
the Red Rocks.
Yeah, we can drink
that's beautiful
wine
here.
and
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
See?
twirl and
You know, we're down with drinking wine.
Yeah.
yeah.
We're trying to get this white down. It's
Yeah.
not,
I'm
it's
in
not
a
our
different
typical
time
red.
zone than you guys, so I'm actually still caffeinating.
Yeah,
You're so
fine.
yeah.
But I respect
It's
the
evening
wine.
for us, so it's wine time.
I respect.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
I've
So with the gear part of that we're talking about, so what lenses work well with the underwater?
yeah. What do you prefer?
Yeah.
So you want a wide lens for underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
would
then you
assume.
have to also like, because there's distortion underwater, but then you have to account for the distortion. So if you get too
Mhm.
close to your subject and their arms and legs are stretched, then you have these long giant hands and stuff. So you either have to correct that in post or you have to back up. So it's a little trickier. Like things are definitely like distorted and weird and wonky and wonderful and strange underwater. Like it's a different world. There is
Yeah.
like a whole different
Nice.
magnification effect underwater.
Oh, of course.
So are you doing a prime or a telephoto?
I am doing a telephoto. What is it? It's like the 15 to 35, 16 to 35.
Okay. Yeah.
You mean Zoom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know what she
Yeah.
means. I think I tried it out once. I think I put my 100 millimeter macro in my underwater housing. The thing is that once you start to get really far away from your subject underwater, you start to have to deal with like major visibility issues. So you want to be close enough that you can see them. Ideally, you have really, really clear, really, really clean water that doesn't have any dust or debris. It doesn't have too many micro bubbles. There's so many things that can
Oh, I'm
there's
sure.
so many things that can go wrong with underwater
yeah.
photography.
And it sounds
But-
like you went through a lot of trial and error probably to figure all this
Yeah,
out.
it still happens. I'm still learning, even though I'm like 6 years in. Like when I was in Chicago, the pool that I booked was near like a major road. The water had this like, it wasn't dirt. It was kind of like soot from like the exhaust.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, what is this? So I just,
And people
you know,
are swimming in this.
yeah. And she was like, oh, it was just cleaned yesterday. And I was like, oh my God, like you do not live in the right place to have a pool. Like,
Right.
well, I'm sure it was fine for like kids swimming around, but if you need to see underwater, I was like, oh no, we got to get closer. And then in post-production, I had to just really push like the dehaze, the clarity, the texture. And I'll probably even have to do some more of that in who knows what, like topaz. I haven't used that yet. Have you guys
Topaz
used
is
topaz?
great.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I used it for birds, but then we've used it for other things. Like you
Used
had
it
a
for
family that you had to sharpen up a kid.
Yes.
So,
yes.
yeah.
It worked
Okay.
perfectly
All right.
Yeah.
for it. Yeah.
It's awesome. Well, and
Thank
now
you.
it's on Photoshop. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So
Oh my
like
God.
if you go under your filter,
Uh-huh.
right? Yeah. Down there, it'll give you AI sharpen or AI noise removal and it'll say topaz on it.
That's so great. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for
Yeah.
that.
Play around with it.
Yeah. Play around with it, but you got to watch
you
it
guys are
because
really
AI
in the
is doing
know.
it.
One of you guys uses aftershoot and the other doesn't. Is that right?
She just started.
I just started using it.
Yeah.
Do you use it?
I don't like it, but
I
she
don't
does.
like it.
Yeah.
She
But
doesn't like it.
I haven't played with it very much, but I'm just like,
I
it's
like
not-
to choose. I'm picky though. I'm really
Same.
picky.
me too.
So I
I
can't
notice
trust
all
it
these
to choose.
subtleties. And
Mhm.
also, like, I know the client. I was there with them. I know their personality. I know what they like about themselves. I know what their brand is, what their whole
Yeah.
marketing like plan
Mhm.
is. And I just feel like, I don't know.
I think it has a place. I think
right.
for maybe headshots, it's not the best place for it. But I think if you're editing a wedding reception, perfect for it.
Yeah.
Because I have, 700 images between myself and my husband, and it will just kind of do. And it still shows me what it thinks. And then I pick it. Yes, you did good. No, you did bad. Yes, you did good. But still, it goes by faster. So I think in certain arenas, it works well.
Mhm.
But
I
agree-
put
I
an
agree with you.
underwater. I put an underwater shoot through after shoot, and I was like, no.
It probably was so confused.
It was so confused.
Yeah.
But it did try. Like it did
Yeah.
say like it was, it did throw some spaghetti at the wall. I thought it was gonna tell me like we can't even do this. But it did attempt. So
Or like every image is blurred or well, I mean that's what some of the seniors want nowadays.
I've been using it for culling mostly, and then you can pick like editing things and I'll have it do some editing for me, but I don't trust that. I still pull that into Lightroom and do my actual finishing touches.
You do know Avoto does culling now too.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
Oh, do you
I
use
haven't
Avoto?
tried it.
I haven't
Avoto
tried it,
is
but I've heard of
awesome.
it.
Yes.
I'm like
Avoto's-
not techie. I'm kind of old school. Like I'm like I've never gone to WPPI. Like I'm really kind of in my own little
bubble.
cave.
Little bubble.
Yeah.
I went to WPPI. Well, I didn't go to the classes. I think I showed up because I was doing a workshop out there, and we just went through the trade show floor and stuff like that.
Is it crazy busy? Is there like a shit ton of
There was a lot of people. Yeah.
It seems like it'd be so overwhelming.
Like too people-y for me.
Yeah. We've done the one here in St. Louis. We've done a senior one down in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I did PPA. That was in Kentucky. That was good.
One weird gear question. This is more about your waterproof housing. So you said the name of it earlier. So kind of tell us about the waterproof housing, what you like about it. Obviously, it keeps the camera dry, so that's good.
Yes.
Does it work like
So far?
So I'm imagining like how big of a lens can you put inside of them?
I mean, you can really, so I use an Aquatech housing, and there's a lot of different housings. I know Icolite is really popular, and I sometimes wonder if I should have gone with Icolite, and sometimes I think about switching, but it's expensive. So
What's a going-ish cost of the housing?
oh, you know what I did? I sent it to Seattle, and then my friend in Seattle sent it to me so I didn't have to pay tax.
Nice.
So I
I
saved.
know that.
Yeah. So I think I paid like around, I want to say $2,500. I don't know, 6 years ago. So it's definitely paid for itself.
Yeah.
It's never leaked. I did have to send, so I have a dome, like the glass thing in the front. They call it a port.
Okay.
So you can have a flat port or you can have a dome port. And I picked the dome port because that lets you take those photos that are half underwater, half above the water.
Ah.
It's really hard to get that photo with a flat, small lens when the water, when you have a lens like the size of like a dime and you need the water line to be in the middle, that's like impossible. But when you have a really big surface area, that's essentially the dome becomes your lens. But you can put any lens in there. But again, like if you're putting 100 millimeter lens in there, that means you are further away from your subject.
Yeah.
And just make sure your water clarity is like impeccable and perfect and amazing, or you don't mind like kind of cloudy. As things get farther away, they start to disappear very quickly underwater, even with a lot of water clarity.
You mentioned macro. I know you mentioned you tried the 100. What is the difference if you used a 50 macro, but if the macro versus a regular lens, what would that do for you underwater?
Creatively or
I was excited to try out the 100 millimeter macro because I thought, ooh, I love macro. I love underwater. Let me try to combine them. It did not work. It was just too far away. So the best thing to do is to just really the 16 to 35. Like you could shoot with a prime lens, but things are moving around and floating around. Like your subject is floating around. You're floating around to some extent because they're so close and you're using a wide lens. Like things can go from like close to way too close really quickly. And
so it's nice having that zoom that you can adjust.
Yeah. So basically the zoom like connects to, there's all these other pieces. There's like all these like levers and there's like, so I put on the lens, I put this focus ring and that clips into another piece. And then also the shutter there's a shutter wire that also plugs in inside the housing. Yeah. It's kind of intimidating at first.
I was going to say that sounds very intimidating.
Yeah. There are legit photos of me testing the thing out in my bathtub.
I would be so nervous.
Because I was so scared to like, and so I went straight from the bathtub to my first day really using it in the ocean, which I was terrified of. Because again, I'm not a natural mermaid at all. I have like fears of drowning, not in a pool, but yes, in the ocean. And there's
Yeah, yeah.
currents and there was kelp and there were spearfishers and they were hunting California white sea bass. So they were like, you better be quiet. You better not make any splashes because the California white sea bass is really finicky and sensitive. Basically, like on each outing, like once one person in a group catches one, they have to leave that area because all the fish scatter once
Gosh.
once one is caught. So then they'll get back in
Oh.
the boat and go to like a new area really quietly, like turn off the motor, they'll hang out, they'll like, so spearfishers are like, we're hunting California white sea bass, so you better like be a good girl. And I was like, I am fucking terrified. And I thought I was gonna have a heart attack, but I had to pretend like I was like totally chill. So
Right.
but
Oh my gosh.
I ended up making my own like documentary short of like photos and videos from that day that's like, I think pretty impressive. I was just like, the adrenaline was through the roof that day because I was like, am I going to drown? Is my camera going to disappear and drown? Have I weighted it properly? Have I weighted myself properly? Have I overweighted these things? It's fine in a pool to overweight yourself or your camera because your camera's just going to be at the bottom of the pool, like inside the housing. Like I've done that.
Right.
I did an underwater tripod to try to do selfies of myself with no help.
I love it.
That's great.
I left it on video and then I took stills from the video. So I do have a couple of photos of myself that I did take underwater with no help. But the underwater tripod situation, like it just there's filters in the pool. And so there, even though it seems like it's still water, there is like a slight movement to it. So you place things in the pool, they drift. Or
Yeah. They don't stay there.
They don't. You would think they would because you look at the water and you're like, well, this water's not moving. It's not a river.
Yeah, it's
but
good.
things are moving. Things are moving.
I love it.
That's awesome. Okay, so why don't you talk us through your process with your underwater session? So like from start to finish.
Client experience, kind of thing like that.
I do a few different types of underwater photography. There's underwater maternity, which I really love. And sometimes that includes their partner. Sometimes that includes one of their other kids, which I think is really sweet. I'll ask them about like if they want to use the colors from like the kid's birthstone or if they want to incorporate anything that pays homage to the grandparents. Like I had a client recently who she had her late mother's like beautiful silk scarf that had this like pattern to it. It was white. And she was like, I really want to incorporate this, but I don't want to get it wet because like it's silk and I don't, it's like irreplaceable. So I photographed the scarf separately on land and then did a double exposure of her underwater with like, and she had flowers that are like her mom's birth flower. And
I love
double exposure.
Yeah. And I'll also like, I'll print out photos for underwater maternity clients and I'll actually create like a handmade one of a kind piece of art by like painting or putting like mixed media. I'll use fabrics, I'll use jewels, I'll use gold like on the photo. So it's truly one of a kind, like, because they can take their digitals and make prints. Like I'm not huge on IPS. I'm sort of wading into that because I came from personal branding and people need 1,000 photos. So I'm just giving them all the photos. I'm kind of like in transition with the IPS. So that's underwater maternity. And then I'll also do underwater branding for like entrepreneurs who have like a spiritual side of their business, tarot readers, mystical people, meditation teachers, anyone who has like I've also done a couple of underwater shoots for like musical artists. So I've done a little bit of music video underwater and I did like a pop star underwater in like a hot tub with like the red lips and like the bubbles everywhere and the hair and like, and then she put on like fabulous like feathers and different fabrics that flow and stuff like that. And I'll have people bring palm leaves, or I've had them bring like different sort of plant vegetation into the pool. I've had people bring different props. Like one woman brought the steering wheel from like an old wooden boat and she was kind of like swimming around underwater with that. Lots of flowers. And so people will actually use those in their businesses, which is surprising. But it's really cool. I mean, it really makes them stand out.
I was
Like
gonna
a
say.
lot
Oh, well,
of,
I was going to say
Absolutely.
something different. Yeah.
yeah, a lot of like the spiritual sort of life coaches,
Mhm.
yeah, that have that mystical, magical aspect to their business. Yeah.
I love that. So my next
can't go
question, I
underwater.
can only guess because of what you just told us. How much planning goes into a session? It sounds like a lot.
Mhm.
Talking to
I
them about what's
try,
important to them,
yeah,
and
and I try to get them to practice in a pool, either of their own
Mhm.
or a public swimming pool before the shoot, because it's just such a different thing. Like, it's just such a foreign thing. Even like I've photographed people who are really adept in the water, who have like taught swimming and been swimming champions, and getting them to relax and like not have the blowfish face can be
Mhm.
really challenging.
mm,
So it's a real
I didn't
process
think
of
about
like,
that.
it's a real process of like starting in the shallow end usually and like getting people to relax, starting off with floating, asking them to point their toes, asking them to like have soft hands, asking them to relax their face once they put their face in. Like it can really be a process. Like there was one client I had who she has this flowing red dress and she was like awesome. She's a model. I'm really lucky that she has like modeling experience, but like she would not point her toes. So I actually went underwater and put her
Forced her
hand
toes.
I was like, this is what it feels like to point your toes. I was like playing with the fabrics of this red dress and the blue pool, and she just looked incredible, which is what
Mhm.
portrait photography is
yeah,
like coaching them into like,
oh
you know,
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
getting them
Sometimes
relaxed
you
and
have to
confident.
like move them because they
Yeah.
don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes I have to do that underwater, which
Yeah,
is
that's interesting.
really crazy.
Do you watch Married at First Sight at all?
I've seen it.
The latest episode, when they went on their honeymoon, the couple had to go underwater and get pictures of them kissing underwater. And the girl just like had the hardest time getting underwater.
It's interesting because so if she's so that can have so everybody has a different buoyancy, and then
Mhm.
you add fabrics or you add pregnancy and you have different, like the buoyancy is changing. You have salt water, you have fresh water, and so some people like sink really easily, they go under really easily, and then other people are really buoyant and they have a hard time getting under. It's funny that she's like having a hard time holding her breath because actually you don't want to hold your breath. You want to push all your breath out
Out.
and then go under. But that is the opposite of what we're taught when it comes to
Right.
swimming underwater. Like we're taught to hold our breath. Even when I took freediving lessons, they were like, you want to hold your breath and you actually don't want to blow out any bubbles until you're back up at the surface for all these like physiological scientific reasons or whatever, basically so like your brain doesn't explode. But so it can be
Yeah.
really disorienting for people to blow out all their air and then go under. So a lot of people, what they do is they blow out all the bubbles as they're going under, and that submerges them more and more and more and more. So that's a more
Oh.
comfortable thing for a lot of people. But I also give weights to people, so it just sinks them down. And if we're
Yeah.
in the shallow end, you can't do that in a cenote because the cenotes
No.
go forever down.
Yeah.
They've got scuba divers going like hundreds of feet down those things. There's no bottom to the cenote. So if you drop
That's
something in a
great.
cenote, it's gone.
it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Don't
the
let go of that
ocean.
camera.
It's just these very deep caves. Yeah, so it's really a strange, people really have to give their trust over, and they really, but it's
Mhm.
also can be very transformative. And I think it's never what people expect it to be, which is why I
Yeah.
really try to encourage them. I send them all these like videos and all these tutorials on like ways to practice. A
Sounds
lot
like
of
you would
people
need
want to put their
Yeah.
chin down in the water, but you
Uh-huh.
really want to have a long, nice neck. But when you have a long, nice neck, that's when water tends to creep into your nose and you get water up your nose. And so it
Oh
can
my
be
goodness.
very uncomfortable for a lot of people. But the beauty of the art form, I think, outweighs,
Right. The
any
uncomfort.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's worth it.
It's
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah.
So what would you say some of your lighting challenges that exist with all this?
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, it depends. I try not to shoot in the middle of the day, but if I do, I sort of pray that it's overcast. But it really
Mhm.
depends. Like sometimes I like dappled light, but it doesn't always look flattering on the body. So a lot happens in the edit. I like to shoot when it's still light out, but like I prefer to not have direct, I prefer to have sun backlighting people, not, it's the same as portraits. You don't want people staring into
Yeah.
the sun,
Portrait. Yeah.
but there's
Right.
exceptions. Like at the same time, sometimes when you get these light beams and you get the right amount of
you want a more
fizz,
dramatic look.
yeah. So it really just depends on like who it is, what you're shooting, like how they feel about themselves. It really just depends. But
Yeah. So do you have to like say like a pool or whatever? Is there a certain, do you look at the time of day, look how the sun's coming and then kind of go from there with that?
Yeah, I'll tend to want to, like, if the sun goes down at 7, I'll want to wrap the shoot at like 5:30. So I'll probably start the shoot at like 3:30 or something like that. I don't really do any, I don't really, after 2 hours, everyone's kind of done. But a lot of my shoots are 1 hour. They're usually 1 hour or 2 hours. Yeah.
How many images would you say in those 2 hours they get out of that?
It depends if it's like a branding shoot and they need a lot of images, or if they're doing like a family maternity shoot. And then it really just depends. I think my smallest maternity session includes 15 photos, which is a lot. But then
you think about the time and effort. Yeah.
The effort it takes to get one picture under the water, probably.
I mean, I shoot like crazy. I'm shooting like the whole time. I'm an overshooter. I just basically have my hand like on the shutter kind of the whole time, unless like seeing that they're really off and I'm like, wait a minute, something's really off. But sometimes when things are off, they'll suddenly click into place because all these things are flowing and it's just, underwater is so unpredictable. So I overshoot. Editing is a little bit of a headache. That's partly why people are paying premium prices for underwater, is because the editing is much more involved and much more complicated and has so many X factors more than like portraits or seniors or branding.
Well, that's true. We didn't even think to touch on the editing portion of it. Do you, just as a little side note, let's just...
It's worth it. It's
worth it.
It's a nightmare, but it's
what
worth
is
it.
your editing style? Do you not style, but or is it Photoshop all the way? Is it, what do you like to use?
I use Lightroom a ton.
Me too.
I mean, I'll jump back and forth between Photoshop and Lightroom. I've gotten like pretty fast at them considering how many photos I'm taking. Like, so my last maternity underwater shoot was in La Jolla and it was a 1 hour shoot and I shot, I think like 1,300 photos in 1 hour. Is that a lot?
Yes, that's a lot.
That's insane, right? Because you said that you and your husband,
your camera snap amount has to be.
You said you and your husband would shoot between the two of you in a 1 hour wedding.
I would say about 700 in a 45-minute reception. It's 45 minutes an hour reception.
That's 2 of you combined.
Yeah.
So she's an undershooter. I shoot a little bit more because I'm always worried like a blinking eye or whatever. So I always do like 3-to-1 pose and try to like.
Well, and it's harder to see underwater, like what I'm getting. Like I'm not quite as sure of what I'm getting underwater because people can be far away and you zoom in on the face later and you go, oh, actually, that's not so good. Like I want the face to be relaxed and beautiful. And there are tricks I'll do. Like I will take away bubbles sometimes if it's a really great shot of them. The hair in the face, I might take that out. Yeah. So, it's just really, it's just wild under there. Even
what would your camera settings be for underwater in general?
Do you have like a go-to starting point?
Right.
Yeah. I try to not have my aperture too low. I like the aperture about like 5 to 7-ish in that area. But if I'm shooting a family or a couple or a mother and child, I'll go like 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
Because I don't want,
So then because you probably still want to get movement, so you up your ISO obviously if you need more light.
I usually have the ISO like, well, it depends because sometimes there's like really bright days where you're like, oh, wow. It's like, it just depends. I'll also put my ISO on auto so I don't have to adjust it in case my buttons are giving me a hard time that day.
Oh, that's true. It's not like you can just easily
auto. Yeah. And then I try to keep the shutter because things are moving so much. I'll try to keep the shutter at I try to keep it a minimum of 200. I try not to go below 200, but it depends.
Oh, I would have thought faster than that even.
Yeah. I mean 300, 400 is better. like 200 is pushing it.
Yeah.
It just depends.
Yeah.
But I've also shot underwater photos at night with
Ooh.
different, I don't bring lights, but people these days, they have
They're
pools
pool
with
lights.
and they have these
Mhm.
underwater night lights that change color.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I've done some incredible night shoots
fun.
where the colors are changing. And then when the colors are all crazy, you can really do all this crazy stuff in post with them. Like you can change the greens to orange really easily
Mhm.
when they're these like strange colors that you don't get in like nature. That's been
cool.
really fun. Yeah, I've done a
That's
bunch of
really
like
cool.
fine art nudes of couples and women and women's empowerment and stuff. And
I just thought of a random one. How many people have you photographed at one time underwater?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I did 3 women, all nude in a night shoot underwater. That's incredible. And it's
Wow.
mostly silhouettes. And there's also, because there was only a single light at the back of the pool, these crazy shadows are on the sides of the pool from their bodies that
that'd
are
be
just
cool.
wild. That was really fun. I would like to do more people underwater.
Yeah.
But I think the most I've done at a time is like, I did shoot like 8 freediving women in a cenote in Mexico. But those are just kind of like fun, like group shots of them.
Right,
Like, being
yeah,
like,
right.
okay, we're all going to go under and like smile underwater, all be together. That wasn't really fine art. I would love to do fine art with like a big group of like
Yeah.
dancers
That would be cool.
and
Like synchronized swimmers.
Yeah.
well, I haven't done them, but they're impressive. I follow a lot of synchronized swimmers. They are amazing.
For what you're doing, you do have to put a lot of work into that because you do have to make sure they're ready. It's not just show up and I'm going to photograph you.
Right.
Like
right.
there's a lot more planning and
Usually.
work
I mean,
involved.
I've been surprised by a few people that were just like, I had this one client in Long Beach who is a tarot reader and like a spiritual guide and like an energy healer. And she was like, I don't swim, like I have no idea what I'm doing. But because she came in like so blank, and she listened so well, and we like went at like a certain pace of like, okay, first we're going to get in the water and we're going to be in the shallow end and you're going to have your knees on the bottom and you're just going to be doing your hands. You're just going to work on your hands being soft and moving through the water that way. Okay,
Yeah.
now we're going to like have your feet go up and she was so amazing because she just really listened and trusted me, and she didn't have any preconceived ideas in her head about what photos she wanted. Like some people get on Pinterest and they're like, I want this photo. I'm like, well, that is a professional mermaid.
Yes.
Or that is AI.
Yeah.
That's AI.
Right. Oh God.
So,
yes.
So it's really great when people just like kind of let go and trust, and that's something. And we got so many incredible, beautiful, she's all over my website. And I gave a purple edit to a lot of her photos because her brand is purple. So I was able to change like a lot of the blues to purple really easily with just the sliders and Lightroom.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so beautiful. And like, this is so memorable. Like there's going to be nobody else with these photos. Like, so
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't know.
That's awesome.
She's got a lot of card readings.
Right.
She can read mine.
What is something you would say to a photographer who wants to get into underwater photography?
Oh man, buckle up.
Buckle up. Yeah. I was thinking that too now.
It is no joke. You have to really be obsessed with it. I mean, try it. Just try it. Like most people will quit, I mean, most photographers will quit photography, period. Add in underwater, cold water sometimes. I mean, I ideally, like, I don't like to shoot in cold water, but things happen, where you show up on a shoot and they're like, oh, our heater broke this morning.
Yeah, the pool heater.
Let's just do our best. So it's really not for everybody. You have to be obsessed, but try it and just, see how it goes. Like give it a shot. Like try it with your friends, try it in a pool, be safe, don't get into weights in the ocean. Like don't do that. Just don't do that. And don't go in a river, and just be careful. Like be safe.
I can take you if you're not careful.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So the Pranamaya freediving teachers that I trained with, they are the safety divers in Vertical Blue, which is like the Olympics of freediving. So I was watching them saving world-class divers who are like passing out underwater. It's a crazy world out there. It's fun to just like get a $45 housing for your phone and get a snorkel and have fun.
Right.
And
Just
have
see.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, just stay on the honestly, the best photos are like right below the surface. You don't need to go down very far
Mhm.
because if you have your subject right under the surface, then you get that reflection, that like mirror effect. And so that's my favorite. I'm always trying to get people to interact with the mirror underneath the surface because it's like,
Or like
you
they're
know,
touching it kind of thing
Mhm.
too.
yeah, and
Yeah,
it's like,
that would be
you
cool.
know, it's like it's like the Matrix and the portals to another dimension, and
Yes.
Yeah.
and your higher self and your twin flame or your Gemini or your people in other dimensions that you're communicating with, and like it's very trippy. It's very woo. It's very out there. But I mean, even if you're not woo, the images are still so interesting and beautiful.
That's awesome.
And it is exciting. It is. I do like the adrenaline rush of like getting in the water, and you know, it has also made like branding photography and portrait photography like seem so easy in comparison. Like I used to
I'd say
get
a little boring.
not boring, but like I used to get nervous before every shoot, and now I'm
Yeah,
like, oh
yeah.
well, this is on land, so
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not underwater.
I'm like, I am breathing oxygen.
Yeah.
This is so
Yeah.
awesome.
This is so nice. So easy.
So it makes me,
It's fine.
yeah, it makes me appreciate like it makes me appreciate the other side, you know, like how easy we've got it on land.
We got it.
Like breathing oxygen and just looking with our regular eyeballs through the air at our LCD screen and through our viewfinder. Like that's such a luxury.
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do a little fun round. We're towards the end. We're got a few more questions for you. So we're going to do a round of this or that that we just thought would be just fun. So,
yeah. All right.
I mean, obviously, this or that, you just pick one. Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to, all right. So ocean or pool?
Pool.
Yeah.
Safer.
I think so.
Saltwater or freshwater?
Saltwater. Because it also is very evocative of like saline and the womb and that safety of nature. Like so even though I say pool, I do like the mother natureiness of saltwater. It's healing. There's something magical about it. Like I heard that saline and the ocean and our body have the same salt percentage or something, like salt, same salt composition or tears or something. It's all connected.
Oh, that's cool.
Very cool.
I didn't know that.
How you do?
I don't know.
I do.
I heard that. I don't know if that's true. I heard that.
Yeah, I like it though. I like
We can ask
going with it.
ChatGPT.
Don't even bother. Just believe me.
Okay, sunrise or sunset?
Oh, sunset. I am not a morning person.
Me neither. I must go sunset. Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think I know the answer to this after talking to you now. Natural light or strobes?
Natural light.
Yeah.
This one I'm going to know. Yeah. So wide angle or macro?
Oh gosh, it really depends. Don't make me choose. I can't choose. It depends.
For underwater, choose for underwater.
Oh, wide.
Okay, there you go. I made it easy for you.
Yeah.
Telephoto or zoom or prime?
For underwater, a zoom, but in life, if prime.
Yeah.
Prime. Yeah. And I actually might start shooting prime underwater actually with my 50, and we'll see how it goes.
The Canon 85 prime. Oh, it's like it's so beautiful.
That used to be on my list. Well, I have my 100mm macro that I actually love sometimes for portraits. Yeah. Especially if somebody's like right across the street, the 100 is like just perfect for that. If you're like, and then I have my 24-70. That's kind of my, like, if I'm traveling.
That's like the workhorse lens.
That's what I shot with today.
Yeah.
And that's what I traveled with the last month to like 5 different cities and had clients like in New York and Chicago and all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I pull out. I do a lot of pet photography, and that's pretty much the only lens I use for pet photography.
So I want to try pet photography in the water.
Oh, that would be cool.
Have you seen?
I love all those pictures of dogs getting the balls.
There is that one photographer who has a whole book about it and everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's amazing. I need to look into that more. I can't think of his name off
the top of my head.
Yeah, he's like the guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he gets, I think what he did, I think he has them going after balls and treats and stuff.
Yes.
I mean, that's pretty simple as long as you're ready for them, you know?
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I say that because for you, it would be pretty simple because you've done this underwater.
I mean, if people wanted video of their pets, like that would be amazing. Of all the paddling, like so cute. I'm such a dog person.
We are too.
So are we.
Do you want to see my dog?
Yes, let's see your
Let's
dog.
see your dog.
Come here. Archie,
Is it a little one?
this is my butt. This is my butt.
Oh, I
Look
hear
at
the
my butt.
paws.
That's my butt.
Oh,
you're so
no.
cute.
Oh.
Who is this?
This is Wally.
Wally.
Does he have terrier in him?
I think he's Jack Russell Poodle. He's a rescue, so I don't really know what he is.
He's
Oh.
so cute.
You are
He
cute.
He says it's time for the park, Mom.
Yep,
Yes.
yep. He's like, when are you gonna be done? Okay, we've got two more this or that's real fast. One, they're just fun ones. Okay,
Turtle or dolphin?
turtle dolphin. I just came up with that one.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go with turtles because my fiance is a turtle guy, and he like worked
I
with
would have
turtles
thought
a
you would have
bunch.
gone dolphin for like.
I would,
The
but
water.
I'm in love, so I have rose-colored glasses on.
Cute underwater too.
Yes.
They're so like ancient and cute,
Yes.
and I don't know. There's so many
dinosaurs.
different kinds of turtles.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
really
I like it.
interesting.
Coffee or wine? Depends on the day.
I'm a both.
I'm a both. Yeah.
Can we
I
mix
have
them?
to have, you know this. I have to have my coffee.
Espresso martini.
There you go. Me
Look
too.
at that.
Yes.
Perfect.
Best of both. All right. So the last question, what's the weirdest or funniest thing that's ever happened during a photo shoot?
We
for
ask
you?
everybody we interview this question.
The weirdest or funniest thing that's ever happened during a photo shoot. Oh, a long time ago, I had this much bigger woman. It was early in my career. I was doing actors headshots and I was shooting under this like highway underpass, like
Oh gosh.
right in the middle of LA, like under the 101 in like Hollywood. And this client, she decided she wanted to change her shirt, and I think she had no bra on, or she wanted to change her bra as well, but she just like right in the middle of the street of a highway underpass just took her top off. And I just was like, and she was
Okay.
she was a big woman, and I was like, okay. And I was new at photography, so I was like,
This is happening.
that was pretty funny. She didn't give a shit.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
And she was fun to shoot. The photos came out great. I still
you
remember
go.
her. That photo shoot was 20 years ago. That
That's
was
hilarious.
pretty funny. What else? What
trying
are
to
your
think.
guys's? I had a client like 2 years ago, and because of her, I no longer let clients bring their own music because
Okay.
her music was so bad and so loud, and it was like giving me a splitting headache. It
Oh,
was
gosh.
like that,
Uh-huh.
which was weird because she was a lawyer. So I was like, this is a weird choice.
That's how she got.
You're like,
That's how she got pumped up before court.
It was like the weirdest, worst, loudest music. And like she couldn't hear me giving
That's so
directions,
funny.
but she had full control of the music, the volume, the songs. And I was like,
Jeez.
I
I can't.
done. Like clients are not allowed to bring their own music anymore. They can give me requests, but I am the DJ.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I had such a splitting headache at the end of that shoot.
That sounds like my husband's music, and it gives me a headache.
So that was
I
fun.
remember a wedding 10, 12 years ago that they were having sex in the coat closet, which happened to be like just two guests, right? Which happened to be the coat closet that our gear was in. And we're like, my husband did it. Had no idea what was happening. He's knocked on the door and he's like, I heard some weird noises. And I opened the door. He didn't see anything, but he was like, they're freaking having sex in there. I'm like, I need my bag.
You know what I would have done? Because I do fine art nudes and I do couples and stuff. I would have been like, if you guys want photos, like there's an area over here. I'm getting my flash.
Right.
Like here's my card. Like please call me and like we can
Right.
do like a
That's
real,
great.
you know, like I'm just so like I'm
I'm a
unfazed.
bashful
I think
person.
me
I would have been
now-
like, sorry.
I think me now would do that, but me 12 years ago would not.
Yeah, would
didn't
not
do
have.
it. Yeah.
Just like me 20 years ago when the woman took her top off in the street, I was like, oh my God, what is happening? And now I'm
Yeah.
just like, everybody's naked. Yay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like at that age where I'm just like, if I don't love my body now, like
Right.
why
Right.
not? If not now, then when? Like, let's just
Right.
let's just all like screw the mainstream media and what the
Agree.
movies are doing, and like everyone is just like all in. Everyone's beautiful. Like that's another part of like what I do is like sort of the reclamation of like loving your body and
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Yeah.
And that's
Very cool.
really important to me. I really have a no tolerance policy for women who are like, oh, my thighs. I'm like, nope. We're not. Nope. We're big. We're like, you have working legs.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know what I mean?
No, they're not.
Because we don't know how much time we have left. So it's like,
Yeah.
it would just, what a sad way to go, to be like, to be
Not happy with yourself. And,
to be like so down on yourself. And then what? We're
I
all
love that.
perfect. We're all stunning. Like, we're all beautiful with our stretch marks and our cellulite. And like,
All
yes,
our
I
stuff.
can retouch it. But like,
Right?
at the same time, like,
That's
I will
right.
retouch it if it like goes with the cohesion of the photo.
Thank you for joining us. Tell everybody out there how they can find you and how you want them to connect with you.
Oh, you guys have been so great. Thank you so much. I would love to connect with people. My website's www.carolinewhitephotography.com.
Perfect.
And there's a tab there that they can find like the underwater and the maternity stuff.
I saw it
And
today.
then,
Yeah.
And then my Instagrams are Caroline W Fine Art and Underwater Maternity by Caroline. And I have a couple other ones. I have like 5 Instagrams. It's really out of hand, but those are the main. So thank you guys so much. You guys are so fun.
Yes.
So much fun.
We'll send
I
you
love your podcast.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks. It's
was
just
so
something
fun.
fun that we decided to just randomly do.
I'm gonna be listening. Like, I had such a
Yay.
ball listening the other day. I was like, it made my drive go by faster. Like, it was just, they're delightful.
Before we go, can you do us a small favor? Go online right now and share this episode with one friend who you think will love it. And while you're at it, we'd love for you to leave us a review. It really helps us reach more photographers like you. Also, don't forget to check out the show notes. We've got a free guide waiting for you when you subscribe. It's called 5 Ways to Get More Photography Clients, and it's packed with actionable tips to help you grow your business. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next time on Wind Down and Focus.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of Wind Down and Focus. We hope you had as much fun as we did. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode full of photography tips, stories, and of course, some laughs.
Thanks for hanging out with us, and remember, whether you're behind the lens or in front of it, keep having fun and capturing those unforgettable moments.
Catch you next time as we sip, chat, and focus on what makes photography awesome.
Before we go, can you do us a small favor? Go online right now and share this episode with one friend who you think will love it. And while you're at it, we'd love for you to leave us a review. It really helps us reach more photographers like you. Also, don't forget to check out the show notes. We've got a free guide waiting for you when you subscribe. It's called 5 Ways to Get More Photography Clients, and it's packed with actionable tips to help you grow your business. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next time on Wind Down and Focus.